The secret of Tutankhamun's wife. Why didn't she give birth to an heir? The fact that she is said to be married to her own father is less strange than the reason why she couldn't birth to an heir. Tutankhamun's wife's story is so mysterious that anybody may believe it, and it contains many terrible realities that may be tough to comprehend. Here is all you need to know about Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was born around 1350 BC to Princess Tutankhamun. She was the third of King Akhenaten and Queen Nefertiti's 6 daughters. Much of her life has remained a mystery for nearly 3,000 years. King Tutankhamun was, in reality, her half-brother and husband. He unquestionably made Tutankhamun renowned throughout history. Inter-family marriages were relatively popular at the time. They were meant to preserve a holy bloodline's purity. They also consolidated authority in the hands of the royal family. However, individuals were unable to comprehend the risks of incest. But who would have known that they had paid a price for that? Tutankhamun was often regarded as a victim of inbreeding. In his remains, there is an indication of some major congenital health concerns. Tutankhamun may have acted as a wife for her father, Akhenaten, when Nefertiti passed. Akhenaten may have tried to conceive children with Tutankhamun's older sisters. Sadly, both of those pregnancies terminated in miscarriage. This is evidenced by the legends on the walls of family tombs. Akhenaten and his dynasty were in an especially perilous position. This was one of the reasons he needed a diverse set of heirs. Akhenaten was about to revolutionize the millennia of Egyptian religious history. He took a historic step towards monotheism. Akhenaten abandoned the previous gods in favor of Aten, the sun disk. His decision had a significant impact on the Egyptian state. With the priests deposed, power was transferred to the soldiers and the central authority. Bureaucracy ruled, and corruption thrived. Then the biggest religious upheaval in millennia came to an end. Tutankhamun ascended to power when Akhenaten passed away. He married Tutankhamun, his adolescent sister. Following their marriage, the couple changed their names to Tutankhamun and Tutankhamun to honor the deities of the restored religion. Together, they quickly turned away from the extreme religious beliefs of their father. The king and queen were both extremely young. To manage the ancient nation, they first depended on powerful advisors. This was a policy that may have been their undoing. Tut was weakened by illness. So, it was said that heirs might have stabilized Tut's reign. Then looking at this, he and Tutankhamun tried to conceive children. However, their efforts were unsuccessful. Later, when decades later the tomb was discovered, the mummies of 2 female fetuses were found in it. Tutankhamun's sole known wife was Tutankhamun, hence the fetuses discovered in his tomb are very certainly her daughters. Genetic tests identified potential health problems for Tut's unborn girls if they were to be carried to term. The olden one would have suffered from a Sprengel's deformity, spina bifida, and scoliosis. The Egyptian royal family suffered from hereditary problems that no one could explain. Tutankhamun's reign, while well known, was short. He perished at the age of 19, most likely as a result of an infection. It was caused by a fracture in his left thigh. Tutankhamun was abandoned to fend for herself. An unknown provenance blue glass ring obtained in 1931 displays the praenomen and the name Tutankhamun wrapped in cartouches. This suggests that Tutankhamun married soon before she vanished from history, despite the fact that no monuments depict her as a great royal bride to him. Heir's senior wife appears as his great royal wife on the walls of Heir's tomb, not Tutankhamun. She most likely passed away during or shortly after his rule, and no burial has yet been discovered for her. Tutankhamun is claimed to have vanished from history sometime between 1325 and 1321 BC. Historians believe her absence indicates her demise. Sadly, no one knows what happened to the queen. Scholars have referred to her as Egypt's lost princess on occasion. Tutankhamun was vividly recorded as Pharaoh Tutankhamun's great royal wife. She could have been married to her father at first, and it's probable that after Tutankhamun passed away, she had a brief marriage to A, whom some people believe to be her maternal grandfather. The findings of DNA tests on mummies unearthed in KV-21 were announced in February 2010, sparking suspicion that one of the two late 18th dynasty queens buried in the tomb may be Tutankhamun. Both mummies are assumed to be members of that reigning house because of their DNA. However, still, nothing much has been discovered, and still remains a mystery for many.